Good evening, Anshuman.
Very good evening. How are you doing today?
I am doing absolutely fine. Thank you so much for asking. And how are you? How are you doing?
Amazing, pretty amazing.
Okay. How has your day been so far?
Super productive. Things are
Oh,
going as planned. Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Sounds amazing. Okay, first of all, I'm very excited to have you here on my channel and thank you so much for joining me. As I already know, you are a very good communicator and you have helped a lot of people out there to become a good communicator. So I'm really excited to have this conversation and I think I'm gonna make most out of it.
Yeah, even I'm very excited to have this conversation. Yeah.
Okay. So since this is the very first time when you are going to be on my YouTube channel, so shall we begin with
hmm
introduction? Like I would like to have your introduction for my audience.
That that works. That works for
Okay.
sure. So hello everyone, Anshuman this side. And I help people to be better at their communication over last 2.5 years. Hope I'm audible enough.
Yes, you are.
Perfect. Though my internet seems a little unstable, but that's fine. All right. So, hello everyone, Anshuman this side. I belong from UP, specifically near about Ayodhya district, Sultanpur. And I actually work with the people who know what to say, but really struggle to say it clearly and confidently in public. And over the last 2.5 years, I'm helping individuals to better their communication because, Akanksha, my core belief is very simple, not only just for English. My core belief is very simple that someone can communicate better, they grow personally, they do have very good friends, they grow professionally, they get very good promotions very sooner and faster,
Hmm.
and they also grow socially and emotionally. So I mean, people can be more happily living their life. So that's what I'm doing through my YouTube conversational podcast and through
Hmm.
my private diagnostic session. And over last 2.5 years, I have helped more than 500 individuals. I'm very happy to say this, that people are literally finding it pretty good and they're being happy in their life because they can communicate better. Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's pretty much about me.
that's a great introduction. I just want to know, as you said that you help people who knows that how what to say, but they
What to
don't
say?
know how to say, right? They
Correct.
struggle to say. So basically,
True.
how do you help them? How do you assist them in this thing? They are aware
Very good
about.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, the thing start from awareness only. You highlighted it pretty well that some of the people comes to me and say that, Anshuman, I wanted to improve my communication skill. Tell me, how do I do that?
Mm,
And ask very simple question that after talking to someone, do you really feel that whatever you wanted to say, you were able to deliver? Were you satisfied? Leave the other person first. Tell me you that were you satisfied after talking to the individual that whatever you wanted to deliver, did you deliver it correctly?
mm,
So that's where the awareness comes from. The single question defines that. They sometimes they say yes, no, and then again I did a little bit diagnostic session. That's where I have planned few more questions, which is the part of private diagnostic class, wherein if somebody comes to me and asks this thing that I do wanted your session, before even giving any advice and everything, I basically ask certain question to understand their problem. Because something like you come to me and say, Anshuman, I do have some problem, and I started answering the thing, go there. It doesn't make sense.
mm.
People don't want generic advices, those are pretty
Yeah.
relevant on YouTube and this stuff. So I
Mm.
usually try to ask many more questions, understand them better, and then give them a specific solution. That's what I do through my classes. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I mean, it's a kind of problem. I think everyone faces this thing. We know what to say, but we struggle to present ourselves in a effective way, I would say. It happens with me all the time, I would say. Yeah.
So how do you deal with that? Let me know your take on this. Let's suppose somebody prompted a random question that tell me about this, probably you haven't practiced it. So how do you deal that?
Honestly, if I don't know about that particular thing, I would like to be very honest that I actually don't know about it. How would I? Because this is a
Okay,
very
okay.
easy way to, just be honest. If I'm not able to, but there
hmm
are people, they have this, I mean, they have this skills to if they are not able to even talk about that particular thing, still they can
hmm
escape that topic very smartly, and it does not look like they are trying to escape. So that is
True.
itself is a skill. Yeah.
However, we shouldn't do this because if you don't know, better to say that I don't know this, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
Probably
that's
you can
true.
take a guess by asking. However, let
Yeah.
me reframe this question. If let's suppose somebody has asked something, to you and you are aware with the topic, but you haven't practiced it by giving the
Oh my
answers
God.
for multiple times. So how would you take this up? Because you know that what to speak, but how to
Yeah.
speak, you'll have to figure it out on the
Yeah.
feet. How do you do
Mhm.
that?
I never tried it. I never tried it that I will explain everything in a proper way. Whenever
Hmm.
I got such kind of situation, I have always messed up. I did. Yes. So I'm still
Okay.
working on all these things. Yeah, whenever I get such kind of conversation, even in these kind of conversation as well, I do mess up a lot of times. Yeah.
And you are aware. That's the
Yes.
first important thing to start with, right? Once you're aware, then only you can improve. And there is a
Hmm.
very famous quote. I like to quote it again, that the thing what you cannot measure, you cannot improve. Again, the thing
Hmm.
what you cannot measure, you cannot improve. So because
Yeah.
you're aware, probably you will find certain ways, maybe by YouTube, by asking people, by taking help, you can improve. And that's what I tell people,
Hmm.
that if you're aware, boss, you're already good going. Just now fix it by asking questions and all those stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And after awareness, you need to take that first step to improve it. Yeah, right? It is also important. It is not like you are aware, but you are not doing anything for that. Yeah.
Correct, correct, correct.
Uh,
That's where the real things come into the picture.
hmm, absolutely. I want to
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that how did you really work on yourself, like all those habits that has helped you to become such a good speaker, I would say. What was those habits?
Okay, I'll tell. I'll tell. So the first thing starts from again awareness. I
Hmm.
always assess myself where I am today. Back then, 2.5 years back, once I was not able to introduce myself, to be honest, I was accepting that here I am. So the assessment and the acknowledgement was the one thing.
Hmm.
That's where the things started, because now you started thinking, all right, I know this where I am today, but I also know where I do want it to go. Let me now fix the path. What
Hmm.
is the process? And as being a computer science student, I always go on ChatGPT or on Google or maybe on YouTube, that how do I fix this? Probably I watch a couple of videos and do this. But
Hmm.
the point, after 6 months of obsessively watching any of those videos which was having good thumbnail, learn this language speaking skills within 10 days, or maybe I
Hmm.
was obsessively watching the whole videos, but it didn't work that way. Because it is something like somebody comes wanted to learn to swim without even going to the water. He was watching the videos how to be better at swimming. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So after 6 months, I realized one important thing, Akanksha, is that I wanted to be better at speaking. Why not to start to speak? And the things
Okay.
started getting changed. So after that time, I'm being very consistent on a application and shout out to the S Fluency application, which I have helped
Hmm.
use for last 2.5 years for free, for
Hmm.
half an hour, maybe sometimes 1 hour, by using two IDs, because we Indians do have a lot of jugaad.
Yeah.
So I did it.
Oh my God, I
And that's
never
how I
got
have
this
built it.
idea, by the way. Making two IDs.
You
Yeah.
can. You can. So that's what I did. And by practice and repetition, we can achieve anything. Not a big deal.
Yeah. That's so great. You did not invest a single rupee to gain this
Not
fluency?
really.
Oh my God. Wow, that's great. People are literally taking classes, and those classes are very expensive. Still they are struggling, but if you are consistent with something, if you are taking one step every single day, you will gradually, it will take some time, definitely you are not going to get the things you want overnight, but gradually you will get what you want. You will get the fluency, you will be good at speaking as well, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, you
Exactly.
are a
That's what I believe. And I believe everyone who have achieved something, they might agree with this. That there's no
absolutely.
shortcut.
Hmm. True that. Okay, yes. Do you think that overthinking can affect someone's communication skills?
Yes and no too. I mean, yes, in what sense I
No?
am saying,
Okay,
because yeah, I'll tell you the reason too. Because
okay.
I do believe that I do sometimes overthink while talking, or sometimes before even speaking, and that give me a little edge to actually, analyze both of
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
circumstances, that what if it goes wrong, and probably I might have, not gone on that way too. Anyways, I'll come to that point as again. Yes, why did I say like that? Because if you overthink, you cannot actually able to express. So you cannot even start. Let's
Hmm.
suppose you asked a question, or you wanted to. It happens usually once you wanted to approach someone to talk. As simple as that. So you think every of the aspect, what if he or she would, react this, how would this go? And probably this was the main reason people are not approaching stranger to talk, right?
Mm.
And they need any help. I have find pretty much of my friends, they need some help from me. Having said that, Anshuman is very helpful person, but they're not able to ask me because of this overthinking. What if he might think like that? So this is what reason I said that yes, but no, in the sense I particularly believe that overthinking would always be helpful for those person who can actually think in both of the perspectives. Some of the time we take the action without thinking what could happen, and because we have already thought both of the aspect, now we can take a balance action. I mean, that is pretty vague answer, but yeah, that's my own personal experience.
Yeah, I kind of feel that, yeah, that's true actually, because when you overthink, you actually start to work on all these things as well.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
if you
Hmm.
are overthinking something that what if I'll make a mess? But then you start working on that thing as well. You work on
True.
that self, and it might help you. Yeah, that's actually
Correct.
true.
But it also takes our optimism. Like sometimes people, feel negative about that. They
Hmm.
gone in certain different way that they just overthink. They cannot take action. So probably that was the reason. Once they have to be little conscious about taking actions. But if someone can take actions, probably overthinking can be
Hmm.
also boon for them, as it
Yeah,
is for me. Yeah,
it depends w- on what
person to
thing.
person.
Yeah, person to person as well, and what kind of situation are you overthinking as well. Like sometimes people, they are very confident that they can do it, still they overthink, and they possibly think negative that I might not be able to do it and all.
Correct.
Yeah. If someone wants to improve their communication skills in a next month, what should they do? Like, how should it? I hope it
Next
is
month.
not a difficult one. I think
Yeah,
you would
right.
be able to answer it.
Yeah, I would say, like, to be honest, you'll have to aware where you are today. If
Hmm,
you're
yeah,
already there, you can actually polish it within a month by actually enhancing some of the things. But if you are like, boss, you're just a good speaker, you wanted to be better at communication, what your question was, then I believe you need more time, to be honest.
yeah,
But one thing or one or two traits, what eventually you can follow, maybe you'd feel a better improvement while you connect, while you talk with the people. People would certainly would like to talk to you again. That's what you have already passed the communicational thing. That first and foremost, once you talk someone, rather than being rather than being interesting, be interested. As simple as that. Let me be very clear about this.
yeah,
Just talking about yourself that I did this, blah 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 blah. You try to ask question that, hey, how did you do that? I mean, this is
yeah,
pretty underrated thing what I'm
hmm,
telling to you, but I'll
yeah,
have used it and I have find pretty much good result that once you everyone wanted to talk about them, right? Tell me
absolutely.
some of the time if anybody genuinely comes to you and asks you certain suggestions and about your own life, you'd feel happy to talk about. We do have an human individuals and we do have nature to talk about ourselves. So if somebody
Absolutely.
is coming from their side, so if someone can be a better listener, number one, and listening not for the sake of speaking, they're listening for sake of understanding. Let's suppose I'm talking to some of my, I often have seen a lot of time that I because can listen the person without interrupting them, they have come to me for asking suggestions and literally I didn't give any suggestion at all because I cannot do that, right? I
Yeah,
haven't gone through with that same situations, though if I could able to give them, that's fine. But what the point is making is if you're a good listener, probably you'd have better relationship with any of the time. You'd be having good friends, you'd be having good relationship with your partner or maybe manager, boss, everything, because you are accessing the thing not only for speaking that what do I gonna say next. And it happens a lot with me as well. Initially I was being very anxious about the call, say now this person is gonna to speak,
hmm,
I'll have to ask questions, what to do, and I was consciously thinking, writing, just it was
hmm,
literally showing on my face that I'm just
yeah,
thinking what to do next.
hmm,
But once you change and once you being a better listener to understand other people, you'd ask certain questions, you'll try to engage, and that's where you can actually be a better communicator within a month. Yeah.
couldn't agree more. Yeah, I totally agree to this, and I totally resonate with your journey as well. As you said that you used to be this anxious person. I was also once at that place, that I used to feel like, oh my God, what to ask and how to have this conversation, ongoing. It was very difficult for me to keep talking and keep having. But once I shifted that thing, that now I'm not going to talk only about myself, but I will try to learn the other person. I will try to understand the other person. So it it does shift a lot of things. Also,
True.
one more thing is that, as you mentioned, that recognizing your level is extremely important, like whatever you are doing. Even I say that a lot of people say that we are intermediate and we are not able to, upgrade our level in speaking in English.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Mm-hmm.
that the first thing is that you have to recognize what level you are currently in. Then only you will be able to, make that roadmap for yourself to become that good speaker or good communicator. So it is very
True.
important. Yeah, you that's I totally agree to that. But yeah, I mean, how to recognize your communication skills, that if you are good or not, how to recognize that?
Okay. I have
Yeah,
a pretty, not
the
framework,
first
very,
thing that yeah,
uh-huh.
the first thing I think you have mentioned it, that if you're talking to someone and if they are also the next time they are ready to talk to you, that would be the first
Oh,
thing,
you
right?
remember it well. Correct,
Yeah.
correct, correct. That's what I gonna say it again, but though you highlighted it, yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. And what else? What other things
What
are?
else?
Hmm.
Yeah. Second is something, once you speak something and you feel like you're satisfied enough, you feel that this is what I really wanted to say. That is one.
Okay.
Second, other person should get the key message. Some of the time I have pretty much highlighted this point. You spoke for half an hour and I asked the simple question, did Akanksha get you what I was saying? Or somebody ask you that, hey
Hmm.
Akanksha, you
Yeah.
have listened Anshuman's speech. Did you get what was the message? And you were not able to deliver the message. You are failed at your communication. Right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
structure is key message is important. And third, which is being very essential in communication, I believe that you're satisfied, you delivered the message, then you are pretty good communicator. Having said that, if you could actually make a change in people, see, people do have their own life experiences, nothing gonna change by your voice. But if you can actually connect and hit the pain point and can actually connect the story of yours, and they feel like, oh, this guy is talking about my story, if he can do this, why I cannot? So probably you have already done or achieved the real elements of communication. That's what I believe.
Okay. What I feel is that after listening to you, that I think communication is all about articulating your thoughts in a better way. That's what I've
Hmm.
understood,
Hmm.
right? Is it?
True.
Yeah.
True.
You know what? Right now, after listening to you, I'm feeling like I need to work on myself a lot.
Oh my God.
Every
Do I
time
need
I
to take it as a compliment or like it isn't threat?
no, no, I mean it is compliment, obviously for
Thank you
you,
so
but
much.
for me it
Mhm.
is like, I mean, I'm doubting myself for communication, because I feel like a lot of time I struggle to articulate my thoughts properly. So I'm becoming
Mhm.
aware of that. After listening to you, I have become aware of that. That's what I
Congratulations.
wanted to say. Yeah, thank you so much for that.
First, first step ahead.
Yeah,
Anyways, now
yeah.
you can work on that. You know that you are lagging here. You can probably start. By the way, I didn't find any communicational gap, though maybe it was because
Uh,
of, a language wala problem, or maybe you are not being that much practice, or
yeah.
maybe you have, I mean, communication is different as you already understood. If we are able
Uh,
to talk, maybe this is our second call, and you can effectively share your ideas, ask question, and engage in the conversation, you have already succeeded into communicational thing.
I mean, but I still feel that articulation is something where I'm lacking. I want, like, I think I need to work on that. I need to,
So what is specifically articulation? Could you specify if I could help you that way too?
as if like I want to say something, but a lot of time I feel like I am not able to present myself in a better way, so that I don't feel satisfied when I say something, and after listening to that, I don't
Hmm.
feel like I am satisfied that uh, I have shared my message properly. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. I mean, that is, correct me if I'm wrong. You're saying that once I know that this is what I wanted to say, maybe I speak
Yeah,
for
yeah.
3 to 5 minutes, and
Hmm.
lately I feel I didn't deliver the message that effectively I
Yeah.
want.
Absolutely.
True.
That's something.
This
Yeah.
is this is not your problem. This is very genuine problem, Akansh. I do have also gone through with this. Let me share my story quickly so that if you can get something out of that. Here, what happens is that we do have bunch of information to share. We'll have to make it in a proper structure so that the people can actually link it. And our brain is something randomly one thought is coming. We are just jotting
Yeah.
it down. We're trying to speak. And second thought, oh my God, you'll have to speak this. Come on, let's take it there and speak. And then
Hmm.
actually we lose the essence. Some of the time I forget the question what was asked.
Yeah.
Right. So if you really wanted to tackle this thing, you should structure your thought. And I will tell you that how to structure the thought. So after structuring the thought, what you can do, even you don't know the topic, you haven't spoke before onto the topic, you can be flawless and you will be feeling satisfied. Oh my God, I was not being practiced onto this topic, but I was able to deliver my message correctly and will feel satisfied. So the framework is not much special. It is just to summarize. I mean, it has a certain framework. So let's suppose you had any topic you wanted to explain. Try to divide into three terms, three like questions: what, why, and how. Let's suppose
What,
you
why,
wanted
how?
to share, yeah. So start with your story. Story in the sense you can talk about your experience because people feel very connected with the story. Like you can talk about some experiences, or maybe once I try to highlight my point, I just tell them my story that what did happen with my day of first day. People can actually resonate. Number one. Number two, what, why, what is that? If that is random topic you haven't spoken before, talk about what, why, and how. What is that? Why it is important, and how actually I can get something out of that.
Hmm.
So let's suppose any of the take words, any of the topic, you can talk in this manner. And you know now you're following a structure. You'll talk about what for 1 minute, you'll talk about why, and
Why?
you'll talk about how. You have
Okay.
spoke for 3 minutes. Even you can talk for hours using this framework because you know that what next you're gonna speak about. You tell a story, you talk about this framework, what, why, how, and then at last, which is very underrated, never ever forget to summarize because nobody remembers. As you mentioned that
Absolutely.
last somebody would ask that, hey, tell me Akanksha, what did you tell for 1 hour? What did you learn? And
Hmm.
you say, yes, he was pretty eloquent speaker. Pretty
Yeah.
amazing vocabulary she used, but I didn't get the message. Doesn't make sense, right? So
Yeah.
ever always emphasize the key message in between and last summarize the thing. So if you can follow the three simple steps, first start with the story, follow the structure, what, why, how, and summarize it, boss, you're good to go. And you will feel very satisfied. Yeah,
Yeah. That's right. I need to do a little bit practice on this thing. I would.
true,
Yeah.
true,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. First, you have to practice all these things, and then, like, if suddenly someone throw a topic on you, then you can frame easily. If you are doing practice, right?
Correct.
Okay. I have another question for you. I want to tell you, I was not prepared for this conversation at all.
Okay.
Actually, it's my birthday, so since morning I was
Happy
just
birthday.
thank you. I since morning I was just getting these texts and all, and I was just getting calls and messages, and I was just saying thank you and all of that. And I thought I should make my day productive by at least having one conversation. Otherwise, I would feel that I am a bit superstitious in these kind of things, that if I am not starting my first day of a new year in a good way, I will not be able to
Got it.
be productive in my throughout my year. So I thought, okay, I'm going to have conversation, and I was not prepared at all because my full focus was on those
On
messages.
birthday.
And yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
yes, but I do have a question for you.
You can tell that. How did you celebrate your birthday? Like, did you do anything special or like you gave your a treat for yourself, maybe your friends,
Hmm.
acquaintance and other
Uh,
stuff?
I honestly, I do feel very special on birthdays. Birthdays are very special to me, but I don't do much. Like, I don't really like to do a lot of things. Honestly, I like to treat myself in a way that I'm going to be very chill, and I'll enjoy. I
Interesting.
don't like to go out, and like, I don't really do party and all of this kind of stuff. I don't really enjoy that. um Probably I'll read a book if I want to, or I will spend time with my family, or I will watch a
Oh my
movie.
God.
So these kind of things. But yes, I did wake up early in the morning, then I took bath, I did a little bit of worship because I wanted to get blessings of God. Then I talked to my mom, then I talked to my relatives and all. So yeah, I got those blessings and all of that. Yeah, that's it. I
Perfect,
think.
perfect, perfect. But I get you. I believe that you have already used your day in a very productive manner.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this is the only productive thing which I'm doing right now. So yeah, that's the only thing I do. Okay, we can talk about it maybe. would you like to share how do you celebrate your birthday if you want to?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Please. Uh, yeah, usually I go with the same thing. Like I don't feel it special to be honest.
Oh my God.
Like
Okay.
I feel that is yeah. Because the things and whatsoever I was doing, I had already planned my day at day before. Though I had certain plans to celebrate in a way that obviously I would make it special. Maybe this one I would start this because I wanted to celebrate my birthday to be honest, but the bunch of people whom I don't know, maybe I could help them by, let's suppose, maybe going to, with the children who are not being privileged to give them a food or meal, maybe with them. So that's
Wow.
my plan. And I literally wanted to do that, but not able to do maybe whatsoever reason, though it's an excuse only. But this time I would do this for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very lovely idea, I would say. I mean, that's so nice. Now I'm feeling like, oh my God, you can do such beautiful things on your birthday.
Yeah, just thought
Uh,
thought of.
yeah, that's nice. You know what? I always feel that I do feel good on my birthdays, and I feel very childish for thinking this way. I feel like if I'll share this thing with others, they might judge me for it, but I actually feel good about it. Why don't why don't you feel good about it? You should also feel special on your birthday.
No, like in not that manner. Like I feel obviously good about that, but not a special that today is something
Yeah, I can
like
understand that.
something. Yeah. So that way, because I believe the days are same, the human are same, the individuals are same. So
Okay, it's fine. Okay.
obviously, if, yeah, it's fine. Let's go with the flow. Though if I
Yeah.
could help them, someone in that manner where I can feed them or like, so that's what I'm looking for. So probably this one I would plan something that way to make it a
Okay.
special one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I want to share something. Uh, this is the very first time when my daughter
Mm-hmm.
she visited me. Okay, because now she's
Oh.
3 year old, so she is able to speak. And last night she at 12 she said, okay, happy birthday mama, and she was singing for me, and it was so special. I mean, I was very overwhelmed at the time. It was so special for me this time. This was the first wish I got from her, and it was very special, and I was like, wow, now she is able to sing the whole song for me. So yes,
Oh
that
my
was
God.
the very special thing about this birthday.
Seems like you got the very first gift from your daughter only.
Yeah, yes.
Great, great.
She got me a Kit Kat as well, and she is very excited since morning, and she is just saying that when are we going to order cake? And she is like, now you are going to wear that hat, birthday hat, and all. So since morning, she is always saying all these kind of things. Yeah,
But how did she remember? I'm just wondering. Did you tell to her that this is your birthday
yeah,
today?
yeah. I mean, her father
Oh, yeah, yeah,
told
maybe,
her.
maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes, yeah. Because of that,
got
otherwise
it.
how can she remember? Yeah, next month it's her birthday,
Hmm.
so I just told her that first it will be my birthday and after that it is your birthday. So from tomorrow onwards I have to deal with this, because she's gonna ask me when
When is
will be
my
my
birthday?
birthday. Yes, so I have to tell
I get
her
it.
that please wait, it's not right away, you have to wait for it. Because she has been saying this thing for 2 or 3 months, that first it is going to be mama's birthday and after that it's my birthday. I said yes, yes, but now for tomorrow onwards it is very difficult for me to deal with that.
Correct.
Yeah,
And wishing you again very
yeah.
happy birthday.
Thank you
So
so much. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It was lovely conversation, very insightful conversation. I think a
same
lot of
here.
viewers going to get a lot of insightful thing from this conversation. They are going to learn how to be a good communicator and be a speaker as well. Thank you so much for being here on my YouTube channel.
Mine pleasure and one small favor from all those people watching till here. Make sure to at least take one simple thing from this video and start executing today. Otherwise, nothing would change.
Absolutely.
Thank you again, Akanksha, for having me here.
Okay. Okay. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye bye.